What up, guys? It's a Total Wars Master here doing another Napoleon Total War video. Today, we're out here on an Italian battlefield in the campaign. We're going over the basics of tactical deployment, of laying out your armies in campaign. So first things first, if I have an army with artillery, I'm looking for some high ground. We come down here, we look, in our deployment sphere, it's realistically, this is a spot we got. I try not to have to move up because the AI is typically coming at you, which we can see here, they're already at the edge of their deployment zone. They'd be on me way too fast for that. So now we found where we want to put our artillery. We put it here. We can even come up here, double check. Yeah, everything looks pretty good. Check canister range. Beautiful. Now, we need infantry on both sides. Typically, you grab your line infantry, put some on this side. We can see on this side, they have a lot of cavalry, but not a lot of infantry, and over here they have a lot of infantry. So I have some healthier units of line. These two mainly. They'll be able to definitely square. You can see this army's taking some attrition. Not all of its units are that large. And we have our cavalry on both flanks. Chasseurs de cheval on both sides. With my healthy dragoons in the center, able to react. My generals in the center, able to go to either side to rally. I could technically send these light infantry up front to screen. But at this point, they have taken such damage, I don't think it's worth it. And I would rather just put them in line, have them sit back. But realistically, this is a fairly typical deployment, deploying line on both sides of your artillery, cavalry on the flanks, artillery in the center. If you have a howitzer or mortar rocket, you'd put them towards the back. You can behind your line. Back here would be a very good thing. Put them back here. Then if you need to pivot around them, you can, and use canister from it too, which is what we can actually do. But what we're going to do is we're trying to bring the enemy towards our artillery. And for that, we can even bring the artillery over a touch. But let's get into it. We can see we can start targeting cavalry. Once you target cavalry, cavalry tends to want to target your artillery in return. And we can see this is already working out pretty well. We're targeting the cavalry. We're wanting to get rid of these units that can do a lot. Get them gone out of the battlefield. Be wary of stacking units behind us like your cav. They can get hit by overshoot, like right there. We'll move those back a little bit more. Keep them nice and secure, nice and safe. We see we've broken this cap, and now we can start targeting this line infantry. We've gotten this cavalry with quite a lot of casualties. I'm not targeting the artillery. I find artillery takes way too long being shot at to actually get hit. Going for infantry and cavalry, a lot more worth it. And now, because we've eliminated most of the threat on this flank, you can start to bring your army around. Prepare to get a flanking operation going. They can start sending cavalry to flank the enemy. Right now, they're presenting a very good target for our artillery. We're just hoping to get those lucky shots now. It's not a very wide target, but as you can see there, when it hits, it's able to hit a lot of dudes. Splendid, I tell you, splendid. For example, now we can see the artillery is limbered. Might as well charge it. And now you can keep flanking. Even though they're flanking us slowly on this side, it's well worth it all. We're able to get into melee over here. The artillery gets completely hit. We can square over here, try and get our cavalry to safety. You can see this artillery unit is shattered. Right here we have all these men clumped up. They do have reinforcements arriving, which is a threat. Let's make sure we get this artillery. You don't want to fight artillery like this if you can kill them in the next battle. Artillery is one of those annoying creatures. If you can kill it, just kill it. Get it done with. But now that reinforcements are coming, we can pull back. Back to our fairly standard line arrangement. And as I said earlier, now because we have this howitzer here that has canister shot, we can just pivot around it, try and use it to the best of our advantage. This general is attempting to engage us. You can hear the screaming, hooting, hollering. So we'll just quickly try and pull back. Maybe see if we can get a lucky little volley off. Let's see if we can get a nice little shot on this general. We'll bring up another cav. If we can kill this general.
We have killed their general, sir. Now
Boom.
They must break.
And now we don't want to shoot our own men along the side too much. So we can just target a random unit that won't lead us shooting. Because if we shoot too much like this, we'll get friendly fire. But that should be a big hit to their morale. We actually start to target there. We can see our canisters starting to do damage. The AI is moving. This is a good moment to be ready to use your cavalry. We can bring them up, try and get some shots off. We're using that wonderful canister shot. We can use this moment to give a charge to those not in square. And now you use your flanking that you can get. Right now is around the time I tend to lay off of my artillery, not wanting to get that friendly fire. This unit back here, we can try and use them. We get into this artillery very nicely. But right now, it's just a matter of now we've gained strategic superiority compared to what our numbers showed us of what we should be at. He'll probably charge there.
We have killed their general, sir. Now they must break.
Another general dead. We get that cavalry attack. Boom, we collapse them there. And now we're just going to reshuffle back to defending our artillery.
One of our units has used all its ammunition, sir.
That would be this cavalry unit. But now we're in a fairly good position. We've beaten them. We're using our strategic advantage of artillery, along with the AI pushing into us. We can move up these men in support. We get a break right there. And now we're just using our artillery. We're manually trying to aim it on where it targets. Massive casualty
Glorious
from that.
victory, sir, is soon to be yours.
We can send this nice, healthy unit of chasseurs or cheval. And quite frankly, now is cleanup. We can see our dragoons took quite a bit of damage from the enemy artillery. The artillery wasn't that ineffective from them in terms of the overshoot, killing some cavalry, but that's perfectly acceptable. I mean, we've destroyed an entire army for what we had. We'll turn off our howitzer so we don't get friendly fire. We beat their hussars. They do start having men come back over here. We do have good targets. This square could be a problem. Thankfully, it doesn't look like it will be. And we're able to break them. But that's quite frankly it for this video, guys. I mean, we used a basic formation. We used our artillery advantage, which gave us a canister advantage. Of course, you can break this up, send it to multiple places, and be able to use like I did with this howitzer. and then now it's just running down your opponent after you've beaten them. Except let's not shell our guys. But that's gonna be it for this video, guys. Tell me your thoughts, opinions.
The men are fatigued, sir, and must rest a while.
This is a pretty good overview for a fairly typical army layout against the AI. Now, if you have like a river crossing or other choke point maps, then of course you can manipulate it so that your artillery has a kill zone over a choke point, which is especially good for stuff like rivers and all that. But yeah, guys, that's it for this video. Total War's Master, out.
Nous avons triomphé!